Definitely a disappointing night for our football team. But in the first half, we were able to, do some things and get a few things corrected and find a way to take a lead, and then play that poorly in the second half is more than disappointing. So myself, our coaches, our players, we've got to do a lot of soul searching and realize that we've got a whole lot of work to do, a whole lot of things to get better at, and it needs to happen immediately. So, bad night, a bad performance, and a bad loss.
All right. Mike Corman, why don't you kick us off?
Hey, Jeff, it just seemed like the kickoff return took the wind out of any momentum you had. And I guess why is it that the team that won?
You broke up a little bit there at the end, Mike. Can you repeat that? Mike, I think you're muted.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Jeff. It just seemed the kickoff return seemed to take away any momentum you had, and why does it appear like one play like that can just kind of zap the energy out of your team?
Well, we let them come out in the second half and score right away, which was disappointing. Luckily, we answered and got a score, and that happened. So we weren't mentally tough enough to overcome it. Yes, it did sap away the because we weren't performing very well after that, and that can't happen. We've got to become a much mentally tougher team that knows how to fight and scrap and battle and overcome a few things that happen like that. Even though that should never happen, but it does. But we've got to be able to overcome it. Bad job.
Just what happened offensively after you went ahead 30-20? You guys seemed just bogged down offensively. Where were the issues in your mind?
Well, we had a couple of things. The interception was big. We had too many third down situations, and they would show us a certain look. We get to the call, then they'd snap out of it and drop everybody in zone, and we weren't able to get open. And Jack forced a few things. We had a couple open throws and some drives that we misfired on. Had a drop on a 2nd and 5. That was an uncovered guy. That was an easy first down. It was just a magnitude of small things that added up, and they had limited possessions. We didn't take advantage of it, so very bad job by myself and a bad night.
I think I know the answer to this, but got to ask just your view of the targeting call on Derek.
Well, I don't know. I guess if they called it, it happened. I didn't like the call, but normally never right on that.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Mike. Tom Dienhart.
Hey, Jeff, talk about the ground game a little bit. You had 142 yards rushing in the first half, just 33 on 8 carries in the second half. Did you think you got away from the run and maybe have that impacted the offense in the second half?
Well, we had limited possessions. They started mixing up things a little bit more early on. They were lining them up right over top of Rondell and definitely trying to take away the pass game. And you can't run the ball with those looks. You're never going to win. So we were able to do that and create some points and some yards. Second half, a multitude of small things that I mentioned previously happened. And when you just have a few possessions and you're not taking advantage of it, and at the end you get a 3rd and 1 and we go -4, really disappointing finish once again.
What about Rondell Moore's performance tonight?
Well, I haven't seen any numbers. I thought he played hard. They definitely, were keyed in on him when he went in motion. Any fly sweeps, had a guy over top of him most of the game, another guy over the top. So when that happens, you got to do some other things. But I thought he played hard.
3 losses in a row. You have Nebraska coming up. Could you just talk about maybe the sense of urgency here to get things back on track?
Well, there's more than a sense of urgency. I mean, we've got a lot of work to do. And we're not going to win any games playing the way we are. We're not able to finish games. We're not able to play tough for 60 minutes. We're not able to execute. We're not able to do small things. We're not able to lot of small things on all three segments of the game that have to be better, or you're going to have no chance to win. So, like I said, it starts with me. And, we've got a lot of work to do to be able to play competitive football against good teams. And Nebraska has been playing teams tough every week, and well, our hands full. So we've got to get better.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Tom. Brian Newbert, I see that you raised your hand.
Yeah, hey, Jeff. The struggles on defense the last couple of weeks, do you view it as the personnel you don't have? Do you view it as systematic? Any sort of view on that at this point?
I'm sure it's a combination of everything. I mean, you like to be able to stop the run when you know they're going to run it every play. And sometimes we didn't have a load box. Sometimes we did. And I don't know if we really stopped it the way it played.
Brian, anything else?
Yeah, did the approach change at all after those first two series? It seemed like
it looked like we started pressure a little bit more, and bring guys off the edge, and I thought it was effective. The second half, I'll have to go back and look at the video, but we definitely weren't as efficient at that.
I'm good, thank you.
All right, thanks, Brian. JD from WLFI, do you have anything?
I'm good, thank you.
Great. Sam, I just saw you raise your hand.
Yeah, Jeff, how does the dynamic of your defense change without Derek in there? I mean, obviously they had a great drive to start the third quarter, but they had the ball there for about 9 straight minutes once they scored that touchdown after Derek was out of the game and got the ball back.
Well, it shouldn't change a whole lot, but obviously I guess it did. Bottom line is all three segments of the game need to be better. We all have to take responsibility. We all have to be willing to look in the mirror and say it's not good enough. And you got to figure things out. It doesn't matter who's out there. You've got to be able to execute, put a good plan together to help them, assist them, take advantage of the guys you have. And if there's a few things that you think are weaknesses, you got to be able to overcompensate it by doing something different. And we're not getting that done right now. So it always starts with coaching. I'll take the blame.
You've had success getting teams into third down situations, but teams are having a lot of success on those third downs. Can you pinpoint any reason why they're able to move the chains, not multiple games in a row where it's just high success rate on third downs?
Well, going into this game, we've been burnt on man coverage a lot in those situations. I'm not for sure. I haven't watched the film yet to know exactly what happened this game. But, yes, we haven't been able to get off the field on third down. So, it's a bad job by us.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, thanks, Sam. Joe or Ray from the Exponent, do y'all have anything?
Oh yeah, I just had one. Coach, it looked like Rutgers ran that corner fade in the end zone to Shameen Jones 3 times and completed it 3 times. The last one was a offensive pass interference call, but was there something specific about that play or that play design that made it particularly hard to defend?
Not really. Just bad defense, bad execution, bad play. When you get into the tight area there, we've got to tighten up. We've got to challenge play. Too many wide open plays, and that shouldn't happen in that area. So bad job.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, Joe. Does anybody else have anything for Coach? Okay, if not, we'll be back just in a minute with student athletes.